I just got in from seeing the movie Sinners, and we're going to talk about it after the intro introduces itself. Okay, reactors, welcome back to the channel, The Nuclear Reactor, the reaction channel where all the reactions go nuclear. Today I'm going to review the movie Sinners for you guys. As you can see, I have my Sinners shirt on, fresh out of the theater. But before we start, I'd like you guys to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can be notified for every time I upload, and share. Let's get into this movie. Listen, the first thing I'm going to say is this was a masterpiece. It was just different. This is going to be one of the best vampire movies you have ever seen. And some of my favorite vampire movies are The Lost Boys, 30 Days of Night. This is up there with them, if not better. This movie is how do you say, a magnus opus? I have no notes. It was impeccable. The story transpires over a course of one day, but the writing that Ryan Coogler displayed in this movie is so masterful that you actually care for the characters in this movie. Smoke and Stack are degenerate criminals. They are not good guys, but you care for them in this movie. They don't give a fuck about no one. Well, maybe there's a small set of people they care about, but even those people, they would knock them out in a second. Like they're first of all, they're cool as hell, and their dynamic is so cool. And the CGI with Michael B. Jordan playing two people is not cheesy at all. I actually believe that he was two different people. His acting in this movie was superb, and they interacted with each other several times. It was not cheesy. It was seamless. Like you can almost forget that Michael B. Jordan is one. Listen, I hope he wins some type of award for this. I mean, my God. Yeah, Smoke and Stack were by far my favorite characters in the movie. This movie was insane. Spoilers, because I'm going to talk about the movie because it's not a movie, it's an experience. Wow, this was a great movie. So anyway, Smoke and Stack are coming back from Chicago to their hometown, and obviously they are infamous. Like even in their hometown, everyone knows Smoke and Stack, and everyone in the town, they are scared of them a little bit because these dudes are badass. So they're opening up a nice little club for black people to go to, somewhere they can go and be together and dance, listen to blues music. They have a cousin whose father is a pastor, and he's really into blues. They gave him a guitar. It was really their dad's guitar, but I can't remember which one told him it was someone's famous guitar. I think it was Smoke. Oh shit, I cannot remember which guy is which name is which. I remember them apart from the movie, but I get their names mixed up. Anyway, they had to run errands and get everything ready for the night. They had to make deals. Like they got someone to do the sign for them, someone to cook for them, to play music. Ryan Coogler is a genius. The writing. So the night comes, but in between the night, we see the head vampire change two people. Like he turns them, two Ku Klux Klan members. And they cut to that for a second, and then they go back to the party. Well, they're partying and doing all kind of sinning because this is Sinners. Doing all kind of, people are having sex in back rooms, and it is just off the chain. Anyway, the vampire and the two people that he turned hear the young man. I want to say his name is Miles, but I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. But the young man that you see in the trailer singing, "Somebody take me." Well, anyway, his singing is really spiritual. That's in the trailer. It pierced the veil between life and death, and his singing pretty much calls the vampire, and the vampire wants to use his singing to get his nocturnal undead people back to reunite with them. I can't remember because he said something like that in the movie. So they come to the door asking to be invited in. Now, mind you, none of these people know that vampires exist. One lady did hear stories, but obviously, who's going to believe that? So they leave, but the brothers realize that their take from what they got at the door of their party is not going to be enough because the black people don't have real money. They don't have. Not only do they not have enough money, some of the money they have isn't real. It's not real money. So Haley Steinfeld character says to I want to say it's, I can't remember, one of the Smoke and Stack brothers. I want to say it's Smoke. She used to be in love with, and he's telling her the situation. She's saying, "Well, look, since y'all didn't let the white people in, which were vampires, let me go talk to them because they might have enough money if we just let them in tonight to sustain y'all so y'all don't go broke." Now, Smoke, I want to say it's Smoke. I mean Stack. I want to say it's Stack. Stack is saying we can't let them in because they might have a problem. One of the people in there might look at their lady too long, and then we're going to have like a whole Ku Klux Klan coming down on them, and then it's just going to be a big race war. So she said, "Well, let me go out there and talk to him and see if they got money." So Smoke gives her his gun. She goes out to talk to him, and having a little conversation, he's basically telling her, she said that she lost her mom recently. He said he wished he could have saved her mom from her fate. He's a vampire, so we know what he's talking about. He said, "Well, I'm here in time to save you." And she said, "You must got me mixed up. I don't need no saving." And he said, "Yeah, you do." And when he looked at her, his eyes were the light of vampire eyes. And she got up with her gun, and she told him, "Y'all need to leave." She started to walk away. Well, you can see him behind her jump up, like he flies up. Then they cut from her. The guy at the door that you see in the trailer, the big guy that's sitting at the door, that's watching the door, he goes out to take a piss. That's how he gets got. You don't see either one of them get got. They come up later on, and obviously they got. So Haley Steinfeld character comes back up to the door. This is before the guy went to go piss. The guy at the door, he's still human, and matter of fact, it's a scene that's online. She says, "Are you going to let me in?" He doesn't think anything of it. They don't believe vampires are real. He lets her in. She grabs Smoke, takes him into a back room. They start having sex, right? So there was a commotion in the club where Stack told their young cousin who was singing the blues, the spiritual blues, to go get Smoke. He looks in the room and he sees him having sex with the girl. So he goes back to Stack and says, "I can't get him because he's getting some, And he said, "I don't care what he's doing. Go get him." So he goes in there. When he opened the door, he sees her biting Smoke's neck. She stands up and tells him it's not what it looks like. He looks down, sees his brother's neck was bitten, and he's bleeding out. And he just pulls out his guns and unloads on her. She hits the ground. She gets up and laughs, and that's when you hear her say, "We going to you-know-what, every last one is." And she runs past him. He shot her, it had to be 7 or 8 times. And she ate it and got back up and ran out. So he didn't want to put his brother outside, but the lady that his love interest, that they both lost a child together, said they have to be hate. They called them hate. Hate wasn't the name for the vampires, it was a different type of evil. And she told him, "You put several bullets in her and she ran off like you didn't hit her." He said, this is not just a human thing. She's trying to tell him that we need to take your brother's body outside. He said, "We're not taking him outside." So they just lock the door and leave him in there. he is distraught because, and me too, because I liked him because Ryan Coogler wrote them so well. Like everyone's so fleshed out so well, and the guy that was guarding the door had by this time went out to take a piss. He comes back, and he's a vampire now, but no one knows it. But he started asking him to let him in. This is another scene that you've seen online, and the Stack love interest says, "You never needed. I mean, why you need an invite? You could just push past us." And he was like, "That wouldn't be polite." And Stack says, "You've been out of here all day." I'm probably saying the brother name wrong. Smoke. I'm probably getting them mixed up. He said, "You've been out of here all day. You ain't never need no invitation then." So the guy says, after he says we're being polite to each other or whatever, he says, "Can I have my money?" Again, you saw this scene. You saw the scene on YouTube. They released it, and he grabs him and Stack shoots him. He looks back at Stack. Half his face is blown off, and he has the light in his eyes. They get back inside of the establishment, and this is when pretty much all hell breaks loose because they're singing like folk songs. There's a lot of music in this. It's not a musical by any means, but music plays an important part in this because music is spiritual, and Ryan Coogler does a great job of playing on that. Anyway, there's an Asian lady in it, and her husband, she's the one that did the sign for the party, and her husband are there. So they decide that they're going to leave at some point in here. Her husband goes out to get the car. He never comes back. He gets turned. We don't see it. But he comes walking up a little later on while the guy that used to be at the door is literally biting someone ferociously on the ground. And he's talking to his wife like it's not happening. And she's like, he's unaliving him right there. And he said, "Oh, no, that's just him being him." He telling her to come out. So Stack tells her, "Don't go out there. I promise you, you're going to survive this night." And the Can't Leave vampire comes up and says, "I'm your survival or your way out or whatever." And he tells her to come out as we're going to go visit your daughter. Now, she wants to go out now because her husband is now a vampire. And he's trying to convince her it's better being a vampire. So time go by, blah blah blah. A little bit of time go by. They're inside the barn. They close the door. They're talking, and she is distraught. So she says, "Come in here, you bastards!" Like she ready to fight. Everybody in the barn grabs their weapons because they know when you invite them in. Even though she screamed inside the barn, the lead vampire all the way outside heard her. They open the door and the melee starts. Just a huge fight. Hailee Steinfeld, she's in there fighting. Smoke and Stack start fighting upstairs. And through all the melee, the lead vampire gets Miles, and he has him outside in the water, and he's like, Miles is saying a spiritual prayer. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And the vampire is saying it with him. He's dunking him in the water. So on the electric guitar that Miles had, that Smoke and Stack gave him, it's like the front of it is like a blade almost. He smashes the vampire in the head with it, and the whole blade is sticking in the side of his head. It tears out like parts of his mouth. It looks so great. So the lead vampire, I mean, he's a vampire. He pulls it out of his head. He grabs the kid, and he's just about to bite him. And while he's about to bite him, he gets stabbed through the chest. They pan back, and it's Stack that stabbed him. Well, when Stack stabbed him, he's a vampire. He just got stabbed through the heart. He's pretty much done. But they show something very interesting, that when he hit him with the Miles hit him with the guitar, all of the vampires felt it. So that part I don't get, because they said the vampires will live on while he's gone. It seemed like they would do anything that he's doing. But anyway, when he got hit with the when he got hit with the stake through the heart, obviously he's about to die, and the sun started to rise at the exact same time. So his minions that he just turned, because the brothers kicked everybody out of the party when Smoke got killed behind closed doors. They don't even know he's dead. He kicked everybody out. But kicking all those people out, those 3 vampires that was outside, 4 now, Hailee Steinfeld and the big guy, so it's 5 actually, are vampires now, and they're just picking these people off and changing them. So while the vampires dying, the sun's coming up, and all the vampires were sitting around watching. They trying to run inside, and they were just on fire. It looked so good. This movie was so damn good. So the Miles guy, he leaves on his own, and then I think it goes to present. It goes not to present day, but it goes to 1992. He's an old man. He's singing the blues, and he has a great reputation. I think he's like a celebrity somewhat. And the guy at the door said, "There's people outside, and they're paying. Should I let them in?" He said, "Yeah." And it's Smoke and Hailee Steinfeld character in 1992, vampires. And he asked them how are they still alive? And he said, we didn't die when the head guy died. They had made it to cover, and they've been alive all this time. And Smoke offers to make Miles eternal, and he says, "No, I don't want to do that." He said, "Why did you never come for me?" He said, "Well, Stack, I guess I'm the one person he couldn't kill. He made me stay away from you and let you live your life out." So they talk to him a little bit, and they both walk out. Listen, let me say something real quick. If there's going to be a sequel to this, which I really hope there will be, I hope Ryan Coogler doesn't give it up to someone else. I hope he writes and directs it. And I hope after he does Black Panther 3 that he is mowing over ideas and writing this. This movie was phenomenal. I mean, it's by far the best movie I saw this year. And y'all know I love Captain America, Brave New World. And y'all also know, as I've said on this channel, there's not a lot of movies that Hollywood makes anymore that I want to see. But there are several this year that I really, really want to see. Oh God, this movie was so good. I'm going to see it again. And when it comes out on streaming, I'm going to buy it. I'm also going to buy a physical copy. This is a masterpiece. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen, let alone one of the best vampire movies I've ever seen. But this is not going to be a long video. I had so much of this movie in my head. Again, it's not a movie, it's an experience. And if you haven't experienced it yet, go see it. Oh my goodness. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, that's the video for today. My reactors, as always, the pleasure is all mine. The reaction is all yours. I love you guys. Peace.